And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. We're sitting at 60 right now as this day starts out at 85 degrees is going to be the high.
It's going to be a beautiful day.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, not just a beautiful day, but it's going to be a busy morning.
We are. We got a lot of guests this morning that's coming in. We're going to hear from Josh. Does Josh live in one of those brick mailbox neighborhoods? Because we were talking about mail. I'm just curious. Does he have a brick mailbox?
Yeah.
Okay. Boy, I hadn't got that high up yet. I'm working on it.
I don't think he built it, though.
Oh, he had somebody do it for him. Well, the reason I say that, my mom's that I put up, I had put concrete around it and it got ran over too.
Ooh. Did it bust apart or did the whole thing just fall
it just
over?
flopped over.
Oh,
We got to get some more. We can fix it up.
Yeah, put some Flex Seal around it, stick it back up. You'll be good to go.
If anybody knew Mr. Cliff Fleming from Scuba, Mississippi, he would often come visit me in his numerous cars that he had from Impalas to whatever he could.
Is that where you got it from?
And he would he'd take them out and he'd come back by and go, here's a 20. I might have hit your mailbox.
Go buy some more Flex Seal.
And which led to the conversation of mailboxes, 8th Street. Does it give you the willies? No pun intended. To our guests, when you go up that hill near Rose Hill Cemetery, how close those are. If somebody leans over, there's a light pole that'll take out your mirror.
If you have a trailer behind you and you've got your wide trailer mirrors out,
right?
Yeah, you will lose half of them.
It just always right there's probably the worst on 8th Street near the cemetery. They're tight all the way through it, but up that little old hill, it's something else.
Right in the middle of that curve.
Speaking of driving, let's just go on out to Highway 39 last night. Boy.
We just need to put up a little shed right there in the middle so everybody can respond right outside the front door.
Absolutely. Here's some scenes as we look at this. Here's the cars that were lined up. And here's a... That's loud. Hang on. Let's go to this picture here. I didn't mean to do that one. Let's look at these. Here's the Meridian Fire Department, Engine 7 on scene as we flip through these as it began nightfall as they started trying to load up these. Lewis Wrecker on scene there. Boy, that got a little din or two, didn't it?
Oh, man. Mr. Willie, they're tearing up that brand new road you just built.
Put a scuff in it there.
Yeah.
Meridian Police Department was on scene. And then after that happened, just a few hundred yards down the road, and I'm not even sure if it was 100 yards, as you're coming up 39. Look at this, Odie. We had another fender bender here. Now, this one wasn't as bad. As you can see the silhouette of a cowboy hat out there in the darkness.
I wonder who that is.
I don't know who it could have been. But this was the scene of it approaching the other wreck that was on the other side of the road. So no one seriously hurt in this one. The other one, we had two people that were transported by ambulance to a local hospital. Not life-threatening, but, you know, they got banged up a little bit.
Well, that's a heavy traveled road, and there was a study came out, and I
What'd they study?
Exact what year, but they said by so-and-so it's going to have so much traffic on there, and that's when Daddy decided that that'd be good to build a Dairy Queen. So that's how Dairy Queen ended up on Highway 39. He did a study, and I think he started building that one in like 74 when he built that Dairy Queen.
Huh. Somebody told me that somebody might have been trying to sell some marijuana, or I don't know what was going on downtown Meridian yesterday, but I missed
they had that last night. You could have gone and seen the doctor and got you some glaucoma medicine. They had that downtown.
Now, I ain't got a problem if you go to the doctor and ask for it, but setting up, asking people to, I don't know.
They was under
Am I
tent.
wrong?
Well, I guess take the doctor to them. They made I think if you brought your medical records, it cost you $150. But if you didn't have none, it cost you $200.
I just...
You could have got your Mary J. won a card last night downtown Meridian.
I just truly, I got to really think about that. Now, I don't mind anybody that needs it for medication, but setting up, saying, just something about that just don't sit right. That's just me.
Yeah, some people don't like to go to the doctors.
But as I passed it, I kept going. I thought, what all them children's doing out at the Meridian Police Department?
Well, now, that didn't have anything to do with the marriage.
No. But we had a bunch of kids there as we go there. And right down the road, we had Halloween for the kids at the Meridian Police Department. So I stopped for that. I kind of believed in that. So we went in and we had a bunch of kids show up for this. It was a big event. They dressed up and done real well. A big thank you to the Meridian Police Department for going above and beyond, doing this for the kids. A lot went into it.
I love seeing something like this take place for the kids. But there again, I guess it's my age. I like to see kids walking around the neighborhoods. I don't like them in the streets and all that. Let's be safe. But walking around the neighborhoods, knocking on the doors, saying trick or treat. I like the old-fashioned stuff.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
But I like the trunk or treat, too.
And let me tell you this weekend, it's going to be one big event after another as we get ready for all these fall fest at churches. We're going to be sharing as many of those as we can in just a moment. As we mentioned that, who's that you're staring at across the counter here?
I've seen him over there once or twice somewhere, and everybody knows him.
Tim Miller, we welcome you in.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
Ben, how are you?
I'm doing great.
Now, are we here to talk about city business? That's all what we've always discussed.
No, we're actually not.
Well.
we could, but
So you're going to be the new fire chief?
no, that's not it either.
Darn.
What else do we have?
Have you resigned from anything lately?
No, but the day's not over with, and there's a lot of things I could resign from. But not today.
Not today.
I think last time we talked, that's when we were doing that.
Well, hang on, let me see. Let me make sure. Let me put up the comments in case Jimmy wants to say hello to any of us. Hey, Jimmy, how you doing? Boy, they really like me down there. They probably like me as much as they like you.
Hey, look, there's a lot of love in this room. I can promise you.
What's that song, Kumbaya? Well, I guess we all need to hold hands and sing this morning. But Tim is here on a very serious note. Man, y'all have got a big event that is coming up with the Down East Boys, don't you?
We do. Next Thursday night, November the 2nd, at the Family Fish Camp on Benville-Causeville Road, we'll have the Down East Boys. Down East Boys have been around for about 30 years, a little over. Been in Meridian several times.
That's what they look like if you've
That
never
one
seen
cat
them.
ain't been in 30 years. He
Well,
look like he's 24.
The guy on the far left has been there from the beginning. But now, as you move to the right, some of them probably haven't been around that
They got replaced.
But that's okay. That's okay. We're
Some
gonna
of
have,
them resigned too, didn't they?
That too.
They did.
So tell me this: for the Southern Gospel is what this is. What are some of the songs that they sing?
Anybody
ever done "Swing Down, Sweet Chariot"? Stop.
They probably have done that.
Have y'all ever heard Elvis do that?
I heard Elvis in Jackson in 1973.
Look at there. That was a big show. I remember seeing it in the newspaper.
I was there.
Wow.
And you remember it.
Testimony time, Beat Up Bible, Amazing Amounts of Amazing Grace, many, many more. This group, they've had a good following around here, and we're going to do dinner and a show.
So we were looking at that, and that's not just going in, sitting down, having a concert. It's coming in, having a meal, and having a concert. So that means you're limited on space, and you've only got 200 tickets that you're selling?
200 is the max amount we can have, and that's the number we really need to make it work.
Go quick.
Right. We sure hope so. Yeah. And then we're going to open the doors at 5 o'clock. We'll start our meal at 6:30, and I believe the group is going to sit down and eat with us at the same time. And if anybody wants to talk to them, meet with them, meet and greet kind of thing, they'll be available for that too. So we're really excited about it.
So you get it's catfish, isn't it?
You get catfish or chicken.
With all the fixings.
With all the fixings. They'll have hush puppies, coleslaw, French fries, sweet tea, unsweet tea for those who have unsweet
that want unleaded things.
That's right. And water. It'll be a real good night.
Water. So we see that the day of the concert, the tickets are $35.
They are, and several things there. One of them we're trying to get the sales going earlier, but the fish camp has to kind of order their food, so we want a head count. So that's a little bit of an incentive.
So you can save $10 if you buy now instead of waiting till the day of the show.
That's right.
So that's the key. So how do they buy? And I see another deal. If you buy 10 tickets, you get Uno for free.
That's right. Some of the churches we
So,
were hoping would
hey.
do that. That kind of gives you a
Yeah.
little extra there.
So how do they go around buying the tickets today so they can go ahead, because 200 is going to go quick, y'all. If y'all have got your time to go to this concert, you better get your tickets now, because that's going to go
Like
quick.
Paul Davis standing on a street corner somewhere trying to sell tickets.
Yeah.
Paul Davis actually has tickets. Paul has tickets. I have tickets. Richard has tickets. The Family Fish Camp has tickets, and they're open tonight and tomorrow and Sunday.
Yeah.
Christina has tickets there. I have tickets, and if I can give you my phone number, I'll be glad to
Sure.
do that. Mine is 601-479-9572.
Say that again.
601-479-9572.
Yeah.
Richard Ferguson has tickets, and you can also pay Richard with a credit card if you want to do that. And Richard's number is 601-416-1630.
So what you're telling me is Richard walks around with a block in his pocket now.
He's got that square.
Yeah, that's what they call it.
Yeah,
the
the
square.
square.
you
Yeah,
go.
he's got the. I'm not. They've got the information super highway, and I'm kind of on the on ramp. So I'm not. There's
You're
people
not
in
as
here
savvy
that.
as the rest of it.
There's people that in this room that Mike can tell you I stepped up from a 3 to a 13 this year on my phone, and it actually looks
you
like a
waited.
phone. Yeah, I've had a lot of help. Yeah,
Mine got so filled up I couldn't even do a download. I'm still trying to figure out how.
I don't know what that is, but I'm sure it's important.
You've never updated? Oh, we got to really work on this.
Hey, we're getting there.
I've still got some friends that's in a flip phone.
I ain't talking about nobody, but I saw some of them this week too, and they were friends of yours.
Odie, if it helps you, I do have a bag phone still, but we don't use it.
Well, I do too, but it's just up on the shelf of my memorabilia.
Oh my, oh my!
Those are some good phones.
So, how long will the concert last? Is this like an hour, 2 hours? What do you-
Probably around an hour and a half, and it kind of depends on how it goes. Because if the people are having a good time and Ricky and the group are having a good time, you just never know. I don't think they have to be anywhere to the next night.
Well, there you go.
So they'll put on a good show and have a good time. They're good people too. That kind of makes it even better.
Now, this is going to be on this is a Thursday night, November the 2nd. Am I right?
It is. It's a week from yesterday, and the fish camp is usually open on Thursday nights, but Miss Creel, they agreed to close it for this private event. And you can still come out there and eat if you don't want to go to the show, but it's $35.
However you want to do it.
However you want to slice it.
Well, Tim, we can't thank you enough for coming in and telling us about the big show that's coming up. If anybody wants tickets, get in touch with Tim today. We got his phone number. We'll be glad to put that in the comments here in a little bit.
And Richard, if you got a credit card.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And Richard's up, I can promise you, and he's ready to roll.
Tim will meet you with cash.
Or a check.
Or a check. There
Whichever
go.
way you want to go.
Oh, you take checks.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know you didn't want to get paid. Yeah.
I hadn't written a check in so long. You have to really think about that.
Well, they tell me that there's a card now that you can use instead of a check.
Like that.
I'm working on that.
That little slide thing.
Yeah.
Debit card. That's what it's called.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah. Or you can just send it from phone to phone.
I don't know about all that now.
I don't know how to do that. You got
Here, I'll pull mine up and you can touch your
Just-
phone to mine and it'll transfer.
Really?
Okay.
Wow. Technology, where it's going.
Yeah, I'm not there yet.
We're working on it. Tim, thank you for coming in. Again, the Down East boys are going to be in town. Family Fish Camp is where it's going to be. Let me pull this picture back up before we go to commercials and show everybody. This is the show that we're talking about. 200 tickets available next Thursday, the 2nd. 25 in advance, 35 at the door.
Correct.
Tim, we can't say thank you enough for coming in.
Look, it's good to see y'all, and it's a room full of friendly people, and I'm glad to be here.
We got something. What is that commercial where they're always advertising that guy, that burly guy trying to shave? We got somebody that needs a shave bad. We're coming up. Josh Todd is in the house. He ain't seen a razor in 6 months.
He keeps it trimmed.
There you go. We got them all coming up in just a moment there as we get ready for a great show. Some entertainment on the way as we'll find out what's going on with the commissioner. And also, we've got one of our great supervisors. And we'll be right back. Scotty Ray and Odie.
Hello, I am Justin J.J. Anders, and I'm running for Lauderdale County District 1 Supervisor. Many of you may know me from the UPS store, which I owned and operated for over 13 years. I'm a family man and a businessman. The Board of Supervisors is the business board of Lauderdale County. I have the business background and experience needed to be a valued member of this board. I am financially conservative and believe we should live within our means. I am Justin J.J. Anders, and I'm asking for your vote for Lauderdale County District 1 Supervisor.
Interstate Auto, conveniently located on North Frontage Road in Meridian, right down from IHOP, has a large selection of late model cars and trucks just waiting on you. You may be in the market for an SUV or a family sedan to fit all the kids in. And a huge selection of trucks, whether it's a Ford, a GMC, a Chevrolet, a Dodge Ram that you're looking for, or an economical Toyota truck. Inventory changes daily at Interstate Auto. From a minivan to a sporty four-door sedan, Interstate Auto has what you need, North Frontage Road, Meridian. Rockhouse Gun and Pawn is open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Lots of different calibers and brands to choose from when it comes to hunting rifles. Whether you're looking for a new pump shotgun or an AR, the Rockhouse will have the gun that you need. With a huge selection of ammunition for just about any caliber that you may be looking for. Pistols, scopes, and a whole lot more. Plus a private lobby for your confidentiality when it comes to your pawns. Rockhouse Gun and Pawn, located at 5430 Highway 19 North Meridian. Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. As we start, I mentioned that the Meridian Fire Department was out busy yesterday afternoon. And as long as I've lived here, I have never went past Till Newell. I've been in the Coca-Cola plant, but I've never gone forward past that. And lo and behold, what did I find? Some fire trucks down in there.
Here's squeeze.
It was. That's like a one-way in with this truck as we look at these pictures here. Here they go. As we got there, and they were out in the woods is what was going on. Again, we assume that we can sit here and try to paint this as a great picture, but we all know that there's a lot of homeless in Meridian. And, well, they've got up camps in the woods all across town. And a little fire got underway there behind the Coca-Cola plant between there and Hawkins Crossing in the woods. Firefighters would be there. They also brought in the county to help with this. And as they were set up down here by the railroad tracks, let me hit this button here. They were set up there. And this was the way that you had to get in. The only way to get back there, access to it, was down beside the tracks. So a good job to the firefighters that went out to put this out, because something like this can spread quickly. It was a bigger blaze, and it got down, but it was just kind of creeping underneath all that pine straw down through there.
And that's working together. Meridian Fire Department, Lauderdale County Fire Services have always had a great relationship. We work together all the time. We rely on the city more than they rely on us. But they know anytime they need anything to give us a call, we'll be glad to get out there, and vice versa. Every time we call them, they've been eager to come and help us with everything. So keeping that relationship is awesome.
Was it Jimmy Rogers that had that song, He's in the Jailhouse Now?
Oh, that's the yield.
Well, Lauderdale County
With a
Sheriff's
twang.
Department was out busy. Boy, they were like at 6 a.m. They were, 5:30 they hooked up, got some coffee, and they said, well, let's go arrest some people.
They had all
Here we
of them
go.
out there.
Here's the Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department as they got in a lot of stuff here. Charges galore here. 6.5 pounds of meth, over 2 pounds of cocaine, 13 pounds of Meridian, Xanax pills, hydrocoat, and the list just goes on and on of what we've got here. 2 arrested and put in jail. They've been watching this case for quite some time.
Combined, we're talking there was $4.5 million bond on one of them.
Woo!
And then $300,000 bond on the other one. Wow.
Yeah,
That's, you want to get out was 10%. That's going to cost you $450,000 to get out.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Find your bail bondsman on that one there.
Yeah.
Yeah. That happened in the 600 block of 39th Court. And also, I started getting video of what was going on in the county out on Green Hill Road. It was more cops you could take a stick at. It was like a Krispy Kreme had popped up.
With the hot donut light on.
Yes, sir, Bob. But a good job by the Sheriff's Department. That no one was hurt, no one was injured. They studied, they did their homework, and that's how you do this. If when you make arrests like this, you go in, no one's hurt, and everybody's taken down and arrested. Let's do something that is good before we talk to Willie and them. It always makes me smile to see people do things great at nursing homes and take care of those those who've been doing. Look at this. As pumpkins were made, this is out at North Point. I almost said North Point.
North Point.
Out on Highway 39. This would be right before you get to the soccer complex. Look at this. They did a fantastic job.
That poor pumpkin, he done busted his head.
Look at that Mississippi State pumpkin. I guess that's the first one I've seen done like that.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't want to ruin the pumpkin either.
No. There you go. Listen at Odie. I ain't saying who, but you're getting some eyes made at you up in here. But look at this. Look, did you see this one with the glass? Look at that.
That is pretty cool.
I like the double bubble.
I was just fixing to say, I think
like
I
the
saw
bubble
my
gum.
favorite one.
Where was the double bubble at?
Next one
Next
to the right.
page.
On this one right here?
One more. There you go.
Oh, I missed it.
I think that's my favorite one.
Yeah, I like the double bubble.
That's pretty cool.
It is. So, Hottie.
See, there's
there
the
you go,
best
Hottie
pumpkin
Toddy.
right there in the world.
Hottie Toddy. It was some real talent went on with this, and it's just pumpkin after pumpkin of what they did with eyeballs and EMEPA. Look at
They
that.
showed up.
So-
I don't know who made them.
This was at the nursing home there. The patients got
residents?
yeah, the residents. All right, Josh, if you move a little
Do I
bit
need a-
closer to
There
Willie
we
there. Look at we can see your face. That's what I
Now.
was talking about. Don't y'all think you need a little shave there? You're getting ready for hunting season, aren't
Well,
you?
I'm always ready for hunting season, but whenever you don't have any hair, see,
You have to make up
it
for
makes
where
you
you
feel
can.
like a man when you get it on your face and not on your head.
But
so,
you don't, Josh. You're like me. You don't go anywhere without a hat.
I'm at church. I mean, that's
That's it. And I feel
that's about
naked.
it. Yeah, I do.
Because
I really do.
you constantly, I can't tell you how I reach up for my hat when I don't have it on in situations like that.
Yeah.
I just can't help it. It just is not when somebody said, "Oh, you wore a hat to your hat." I felt, no, I didn't. It'd come out, and then I found me a hat,
Well, I tell you, I'm at the stage now where I have to pull everything out to see it now. So,
including your hair.
well, I wish I did have to pull my hair out
But
to
you're
see
right.
it.
Not being able to see it, you can't.
It's horrible.
That's why I wear these spectacles.
Oh, hush.
And they totally said,
you and Willie have
you
to make.
got to have bifocals.
Hey, and I have to make a correction. I do not have a brick mailbox.
That's just rumor.
Because I have had to have the uncomfortable conversation with people who live on a state aid road.
Yeah.
That the state would not allow the funds to be passed down to fix the road until the brick mailboxes or the concrete mailboxes were removed. Yeah,
Oh,
because it
wow.
has to be breakaway mailboxes. So being with the county
it's a
26
breakaway.
years, I know that. So I never put one up. So mine is a wooden post.
I bet that was an uncomfortable conversation to tell somebody their mailbox
Yeah.
had to go.
It is. I mean, especially whenever they spent quite a few dollars,
And you
making it
still
look
got
pretty.
elected? How'd that happen?
Well, I mean, it was for the betterment of Lauderdale County. Yeah. And you're improving the roads. I mean, which falls into my neighbor here sitting next to me. I mean, it was all for safety reasons, and
Absolutely.
you can't go against safety reasons.
That's
Now,
right.
as we've got here, this is Willie. We've had Willie on before. I saw Willie this past weekend. What a great time. Josh, I want everybody to hear from you because you've worked with Willie of what he has actually done for our community. Willie, you've stepped up to the plate and done so much for the Meridian, East Mississippi area. And Josh kind of lead
Josh
in.
was beating up on me to make me do it.
Well, he actually came to one of our board meetings not too long ago, and I stated the obvious. And I don't know if people can see it now, but I'm white. He's black.
Right. I kind of picked up on that.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's hard to tell. And he's a Democrat, and I'm a Republican.
So true.
But I told this man here in our board meeting that I'd stand in front of him, beside him, or behind him, whatever he wanted to do, because we need him back. I probably haven't had maybe over a minute or two conversation with Mr. Willie, but I don't have to, because him and Jonathan Wales they have a good rapport with each other.
Right.
So if there was ever a training throughout the state that he wanted us to come to, and he has had several of them, and we have went to them. If there was a meeting, if he was doing anything publicly in Meridian or Lauderdale County, we knew about it. We didn't have to call and ask or wonder what's happening. So even though we haven't had many long conversations, I'll support this man every time he runs because of what he's done. And,
Right.
and you don't have to ask what he's done. Just look around.
Well, one of the neat things that I think so many people don't quite. Do y'all remember when everybody in Meridian was complaining? I can't see. It's dark here on I-20.
Yep.
Well, Willie's the one that stepped up and got us lights put on I-20. And things like this go on behind the scenes, and you have no idea who is responsible
That's right.
for making that happen. And, well, there he is, Willie.
He's the man.
Well, I'm going to be out of town on the 7th, so I couldn't vote. So I had to bebop right down there the other day, and I voted. And I'm not ashamed to say I'm an independent. I'm a registered Republican because you got to pick one of the two. But I voted for a Democrat, and it was definitely Mr. Willie because of what he's done around here. Mm-hmm. I don't see party lines. I see people and what they stand for and what they do, and he's showed us what they do and what he'll do for our area.
And you hear that, especially with new opponents coming out or running for the first time. They always want to brag how they can work across the line.
Yeah,
I've never heard Mr. Willie say he works across. I will work across the line. He does.
Yeah, it's different, isn't it?
Yeah, and he said something pretty profound to me whenever he was at our
ugly?
board
What'd he
meeting. He said, I rode across. He said I rode across bridges. He said, I rode across the roads here. He said, not one of them cared if I was a Republican or Democrat or an independent. Not one of them.
That's true. That's
And I was
100%
like,
right.
That makes a lot of sense. So, I have no problem standing with this man right here and what he's doing.
I really do.
That's a good one. We got more coming. We got some more questions about all this. Y'all don't rush off. We're going to put them in the hot seat here. Ask some questions. We'll be right back. Scotty Ray and Odie.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
Transportation Commissioner Willie Simmons spent 27 years as a member of the Mississippi Senate, where he served as chairman of Highways and Transportation. Commissioner Simmons understands the importance of working with federal, state, and local leaders to upgrade East Central Mississippi's infrastructure. Willie Simmons is not done yet. On Tuesday, November the 7th, let's continue like never before by re-electing Willie Simmons as Transportation Commissioner.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Every event starts with a great grill, great cookware, and accessories. Add in some locally sourced meat and dairy, along with frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, daybeds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From coolers to trailers, we have everything you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
There's something special about autumn and Al's Garden and Gift. There's no better place to pick up beautiful mums, snapdragons, and pumpkins. Fall in love with pumpkins in a vibrant array of colors and sizes. Hay bales, corn stalks, homemade wreaths, flags, and unique pottery waterfalls will add extra appeal to an entrance or outdoor space. Tailgating festivities are fun with Captain Rodney's, Grumpy Man, Redneck Gourmet Sauces, Salsa, Jellies, Cheese Straws, and more. Al's Garden and Gift, a charming place to harvest memories and gifts this fall.
Welcome back, your friend Scotty Ray and Odie. We had yesterday morning, right after the morning show ended, there was a fender bender downtown Meridian, right down by the Temple Theater. As this is often the scene right there on 8th Street, a little fender bender that went on. Now, also yesterday afternoon, Odie, there was a few folks that, when you got to go to the bathroom, you got to go to the bathroom. The bad part is when they turn the water off. And this was the situation here. We had a water leak there that stretched all the way from Grandview Avenue up to Meridian High School. And yes, did I get a lot of comments of, where's the trench box? Well, being no safety guy, cities don't fall under those guidelines with that. Is why that box is not there. Is that why sometimes we see more accidents happen in small cities where trenches fall? It does. But OSHA does not. It doesn't qualify there. If you're wondering why,
hope that they give that space from that mound,
dig back.
Push that mound back away from that hole.
But always a concern whenever you get in a hole. That can happen in a blink of an eye. Something can cave in on you. Just watch yourself and be careful. Traffic normally will make things shift, is what's scary with all that. And we have a Veterans Day program coming up. This is probably the premier Veterans Day program in the state of Mississippi. And let me pull this up and show y'all here. This is what's going to be happening. It's coming up out at Southeast Lauderdale High School on November the 10th. It will begin at 9:30. As we know, Algie puts a lot behind this, and it is, out of anything that goes on in the state of Mississippi, probably the best that there is. If you can attend, come out.
That has always been a fantastic program. And Carl Turk, who is one of our great watchers and always commenting, he put on there about his cousin, who's Colonel House, who is a pilot for the F-16s, who's out and about, a good old Alabamian boy.
Yeah.
So Carl's thinking about you, and just wanted to push that out. Thank you for your service. Thank you for what you're doing for our country, and stay safe up in the skies.
Now, as we go back across and talk to Josh and Willie, you were in the Senate. Is it how many years? 20-something years?
26 years.
26.
I bet you
Probably
were.
let me just say that I'm a proud veteran, and let me thank all of the veterans
Amen.
for their services and especially to their families.
So how long were you in the military?
28 months.
What branch were you in?
The Army.
Army. That's it. They get you up early, don't they?
Served with 101st Airborne Division, so
Wow.
yes.
A lot of
Well,
history there.
Thank you.
That I did not realize that you had done that.
But so 26 years in the Senate, and that was a great experience being in the Senate. The Senate is kind of a special organization, institution, and it has such a broad statement that it makes because it's 52 of us senators, or when I was a senator, compared to 122 House members. So we always thought that we were a little bit more important.
There you go. Just want to rub that in a little bit.
Yeah,
huh?
just a little bit.
I think the House guys think the same thing.
But with that being said, with working with that, you learn the different situations that you have to go up against, and I'm sure there's a lot of things going behind the scenes that we'll never know that go on with senators, of the trials that you face of trying to get something pushed through. Oh, well, no, I want this done. If I do this for you, there's a lot that negotiations, I guess, is the word that has to be said.
Negotiation, collaboration. When I came into the Senate in 1993, a guy from this part of the country, Eddie Briggs, was a lieutenant governor.
I remember
And,
Eddie.
Eddie Briggs was a Democrat who decided he wanted to become a Republican, so he moved over to it. And I came in as a Democrat, but worked real close with Lieutenant Governor Eddie Briggs, and was able to accomplish a lot of things. And that's really where we first started in the Senate legislative process, understanding the importance of knowing each other's values and collaborating and working together. So from Kemper County, Mississippi, Eddie Briggs, how you doing?
Well, Eddie grew up, I think, probably within 4 miles of where I grew up. And Eddie and his family was just a part of all ours and done a lot for this great state of Mississippi. Went on to become lieutenant governor, almost became governor.
Yes.
It was really close there. Mm-hmm. Back in the day there. Whoa, taking me down memory lane there. Now, what are some of the projects that you still have out there that you're working on that has already been approved that hasn't gone through? I'm sure that there are some things that y'all have done that maybe the general public is not aware of what's coming up. What do we see coming up in the future?
We have what we call a 3-year plan. And in order for MDOT to move projects, we got to put in a 3-year plan. That way we can get money from the legislation as well as from the federal government and put dollars into it. And there are several projects in the eastern part of the state that have just been kind of laid aside and not worked on. One of the big ones in this area is Highway 19, going from Meridian up to Philadelphia. That project is still being worked on. We're getting ready to let the last phase of it, and we'll have a good 4-lane highway.
And that will be a game changer.
Oh, yeah.
No question. Yeah. So Highway 15 is in our 3-year plan to work on in Newton County because it was part of what we call the Highway 87 Highway Program. We also doing work in Philadelphia. And you say, well, you keep talking about Neshoba County. Well, Neshoba County is part of the eastern part
Absolutely.
of the state. But here in Lauderdale County, you keep talking about 39. That highway, we were very pleased to be part of making that work and getting it complete, although we still having a few hiccups with it, and the engineers are still working and doing some adjustment things that we want to do for safety purposes. But we have other projects. The big one that most folks are concerned with, especially because it's going to do so much for the mega site that the governor and others are pushing for here in Lauderdale County, the industrial park, 8011. The winding of that particular highway is going to bring great things and create a lot of opportunities. Because Lauderdale County, for some reason, you all keep talking about Willie's done so much, but it needs to be done because when you look at Lauderdale County with an interstate system where you have 59 and 20 coming into this county and this community, and then you have an airport, you have a rail system, it makes sense, all the sense in the world for us to push the eastern part of the state, and in particular Lauderdale County, to grow it and make it an industrial site that businesses who want to grow and expand are looking for Josh and coming here to make it work. I think we're on the right track, and I'm glad to have partners like Josh and the other board of supervisors and the leadership in the city. Lauderdale County is probably one of the only counties that don't have two mayors, and both of them stand beside me, and we're gonna work together. With
You have to watch old Larry now. He'll take your macaroni off your plate.
Larry's a great guy, and he's youthful, has a lot of energy, and
Yes,
a
he
lot of
does.
ideas wrapped up in what we refer to as a vision for Lauderdale County and Meridian. He represents Meridian as the mayor, but he's a true Lauderdale County person who wants to make things happen. So he's gonna work well with the board of supervisors also. When you put all of us together, we're gonna do great things for Lauderdale County, East Mississippi.
Coming up, we got more with Willie, and of course, we're going to put Josh. We've got to come up with something to ask Josh. We can't let him out of here without asking him something.
He's been quiet.
He has been. All that's on the way as we begin your early morning here. It's Friday. Enjoy yourself. We're going to go back in history and test these two also here, see what they know about what happened today.
I'm Nick Lisi, and I'm running for Justice Court Judge of District 1. Justice Court is the people's court, and I've been serving the people of Lauderdale County for 30 years. I grew up here, and now having 4 kids of my own, the future of our community matters to me. On November 7th, remember, vote Republican, vote Nick Lisi.
When you gear up and journey out, nothing but you and the wilderness for miles. Just remember, you're the boss. Steel MS-271 Farm Boss, built for the toughest jobs.
Still available in Meridian at Wilson Saw and Outdoor Power, 71 Highway 19 North behind Waters International.
Need an expert to repair a rock peck or cracked windshield? Call Advanced Auto Glass by Joey for quality workmanship and customer service. Convenient same-day service, as well as in-house calibration for vehicle safety systems. Reliable mobile service is available in Clark, Kemper, Neshoba, Lauderdale, and Newton counties for all cars, trucks, and heavy equipment. Book your appointment today for custom tinting. It can reduce temps, fading, glare, and more. Improve the safety and enhance the appearance of your vehicle today with services from Advanced Auto Glass by Joey.
The Precast Group, offering you the best selection when it comes to a storm shelter. Located on 145 South in Meridian, where they offer above-ground shelters that can be installed in your home as you're built in, or conveniently located right outside your home if it's already built. They also offer storm shelters that can be installed in a slight bank or on flat ground. Protect your family today with a very affordable storm shelter from the Precast Group. Highway 145 South, 601-482-0003. The Precast Group. And welcome back all the way from Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Sharon and the family joins us. We appreciate y'all watching there. Oh, we're even seeing comments of folks wanting to have Larry move into the city of Meridian become the mayor. I'm going to tell you this about Marion. If you'll notice what goes on with the police department, very supported. They've got a police department that goes above and beyond to help kids, whether they're going back to school at Christmas, and work hard. If we had more departments that done what they do in Marion, wow, what a world we would have. Just want to thank the Chief there for everything he does. Good friend of mine. Let's go back in history and test on this. 1904, I probably wouldn't have wanted to have jumped on this. It was one of these new things that they started in New York. Now, it would take 10 years before they had their first mugging, I think. But they caught on real quick. Yeah, they learned how. As we found out, the New York City subway opened on this day back in 1904. Looks a little different, doesn't it?
A little bit different from what it does now. But, man, could you imagine digging that in 1900?
Wow. I've never been on a subway. The closest thing to it, I was in Houston. I got on the tram at the airport. That was kind of like a subway, wasn't it?
I loved it.
No, it'll get caught up that door if you don't get on there quick.
First time I was in Chicago, I went down in there and was looking around. I said, I got to get on it.
It's a rarity that a song can become number one without any words. It just doesn't happen. It's like elevator music. But this guy was able to, change it. Josh, let me just say, you got any clue what I could be talking about? You ever heard a song with no words that become a huge hit?
There's a country song.
What was it? He's on the right path. I can see it in his face.
It wasn't John Conley.
No, you're close.
I can't remember.
Floyd Kramer. Last Date. Do y'all remember that? That piano that he played. Oh my gosh,
and
it was
it's
good.
iconic too.
Yeah.
I mean, as soon as he hits the first couple of keys, you know exactly what it is.
Floyd Kramer, Our Last Date. He was born on this date. And man, what a great guy he was. Floyd Kramer, he was really, really good at it. Now, we go back to a guy that I owe you. She had a ring on her finger and time on her hands.
I liked
Lord,
him
please
for a
forgive her
while.
because she cheated on me. Well, he stated, Lee Greenwood. God bless the USA is who this guy is. He was born back in 42 on this date, and I think y'all all know him.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he even offered Tanya Tucker to become her daddy's baby. It ain't my kid, but I'll marry you if you need one. He was just thinking she was pretty is what it was.
She didn't need marriage, did she?
No, she didn't. As we go back to 1955, all right, y'all think of the 50s of what probably was the biggest movie that came out during that time. This guy would become a legend. He wouldn't live long past that. Y'all got any clue who it could be? What it was? Come on now, think 50s.
Initials of JD.
Porsche, does that help? Okay, well, we'll go ahead and show you there. James Dean, Rebel Without a Cause, was released in theaters on this day. And I got to admit, I've only watched about 15 minutes of this. I've never watched it from beginning to the end. So I don't know what really happened in it. Did y'all watch it?
I did not see it.
No.
Okay,
No.
nobody in the room has seen it.
Yeah, my wife was more into the Grease Lightning and what's all those?
Grease.
Grease
is the
and
word.
Dirty Dancing and all that. Now, if you ask me a question about that, you ask me a question about that, I got you.
Now,
we watch it every time it's on TV.
1966. This would, and as a kid, you only could see it once a year. Yeah. As this came out, we'd all sit back, watch it, and somebody drug a blanket along with them everywhere they went. Y'all know what I'm talking about?
Charlie Brown.
Yeah.
Charlie Brown.
The Great Pumpkin with Charlie Brown would premiere on television. And again, back in those days, you didn't get many cartoons. And the kid, this was a big deal to sit down at nighttime and be able to watch Charlie Brown.
And the teacher never talked.
You're right.
Yeah, the teacher never said a word. I never understood that.
Let's see what else. We would lose one of the greatest actors that, well, he did say a word or two.
Oh, yeah, with the help of peanut butter.
That is how they did that. Did y'all ever watch Mr. Ed?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Ed passed away on this date back in 19... He was 64 years old. Wow.
Yep, they used peanut butter on his inner lip there, and that's what got him to... And I love eating peanut butter and crackers, and I give peanut butter and crackers to my dog. And Amy sits there and goes, "Why are you doing that?" And he'll get one just right to get stuck in his throat with the peanut butter up.
Yeah.
And it's just funny.
I saw somebody the other day that was doing something. They were clipping the dog's hair, and they put saran wrap around their head, and they put peanut butter all on their forehead where the dog would sit there and lick their head while they...
That's not a bad idea. That's smart is what that is.
I had never seen that before.
I ain't neither. I'm going to try that one.
So if you're going out on a date and your girlfriend won't pay you any attention, put a little peanut butter on your head. You might get a little bit more attention. So you got to do what you got to do.
Attention. You'll definitely get attention.
Julie, you go on dates trying to get some peanut butter.
1981, probably one of the biggest shows. It started in the 50s. It would be called American Bandstand. Of course, that was iconic. If you were anybody, you would show up on this. But two of the greats on this date back in 81, he would start out singing "Ruby, Don't Take Your Love to Town," and well, he'd be standing next to an old boy that stood at a bar and become the face of urban cowboy. As these two stood together, here it is right there. John Travolta and Kenny Rogers were on American Bandstand together.
Was a rock legend at one time, and then changed the country.
Sure was. I dropped in to check. What was that song?
He played in the Six Pack. It was a racing movie.
Sure did, but he had a bunch of "Ruby, Don't Take Your Love to Town." I stopped by to check on my. I am blank. I can't believe I didn't
sing "The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas."
No, that was a movie.
Yeah.
Well, I thought it was a song.
No, it wasn't a song. No. They sang "Islands in the Stream."
Yeah.
Maybe it's the same thing, isn't it?
He hung out with Dottie West, daytime friends and nighttime lovers.
See, it's all leading back to the same.
Know when to hold them and know when to fold them.
Yeah. An old gambler there, coward of the
gambler.
county. The list goes on. But probably the biggest thing that come out of the movies, out of the 80s, would have been Urban Cowboy. That was just it. John Travolta was the face of America.
But you also had Fever. What was that?
Saturday Night. That was
Saturday
70s.
Night.
Yeah.
Was that 70s?
Yeah, it was in the 70s. Where are you?
Well, I
pulling
didn't think
for
it was that long ago because I was 70s.
1982. I saw this guy on American Bandstand also, and he didn't say a whole lot his first time. But boy, you want to talk about somebody that was shy when he started out, who would lead on to sing about some doves and some purple stuff. And he had this song,
Prince.
1999.
Yeah.
Y'all remember that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Jeff got it right.
But I guess he didn't pass away as Prince.
No,
He passed away as a symbol, you know.
He sure did.
He changed from Prince to just a symbol. Remember?
Yeah.
Never understood all that.
Yeah, I never.
And what
did
was
either.
that, little red Corvette?
Oh yeah.
She wore a raspberry beret.
Oh, yeah.
I know more than y'all think.
Purple
I do.
Rain is probably the.
American Bandstand came on at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. How did you manage to watch it? I thought you should have been working.
And it was a true musician. You know, he pretty much played every instrument in his song.
And
In his songs, he played every one of them.
What's the name of his estate? It's got a name, and I can't. I'm blank on it.
Found more
I don't know.
music
Yeah, that's where I was going with that.
that he never published.
Produced,
They're
that's
starting
right.
to produce it now, and it's supposed to be better than what he did.
Now, as a kid, I only saw this when I was sick on day, and I'm sure everybody in the room was this. You never saw his face, but you always heard it. I'm going to let you take a. What did he say?
Come on down.
Oh.
You're the next contestant on The Price is Right. Rod Roddy, the guy that done that you never really saw, passed away on this date back in 03. You're trying to wear his Elvis jacket up in that picture
I
there.
guess so. They wanted to be seen.
Easy Lovin'. Anybody remember that song? It was huge in the world of country music. He would
country
pass
song,
away on this
yeah.
date. Freddie Hart passed away at the age of 91 on today's date. Easy Lovin'. I'm telling you, that was huge. So sexy looking. All that and more. Hey, y'all stay tuned. We've got more coming up as we begin your morning here, as we've been down memory lane. We're going to get into some more facts and things that are up and coming as we get ready for the next election that is going to be here before you know it in the blink of an eye.
We're getting here real close.
Real close.
I'm Nick Lisi, and I'm running for Justice Court Judge of District 1. Justice Court is the people's court, and I've been serving the people of Lauderdale County for 30 years. I grew up here, and now having 4 kids of my own, the future of our community matters to me. On November 7th, remember, vote Republican, vote Nick Lisi.
When you gear up and journey out, with nothing but you and the wilderness for miles, just remember, you're the boss. Steel MS-271 Farm Boss, built for the toughest jobs.
Still available in Meridian at Wilson Saw and Outdoor Power. 71 Highway 19 North behind Waters International.
Need an expert to repair a rock peck or cracked windshield? Call Advanced Auto Glass by Joey for quality workmanship and customer service. Convenient same-day service, as well as in-house calibration for vehicle safety systems. Reliable mobile service is available in Clark, Kemper, Neshoba, Lauderdale, and Newton counties for all cars, trucks, and heavy equipment. Book your appointment today for custom tinting. It can reduce temps, fading, glare, and more. Improve the safety and enhance the appearance of your vehicle today with services from Advanced Auto Glass by Joey.
The Precast Group, offering you the best selection when it comes to a storm shelter. Located on 145 South in Meridian, where they offer above-ground shelters that can be installed in your home as you're built in, are conveniently located right outside your home if it's already built. They also offer storm shelters that can be installed in a slight bank or on flat ground. Protect your family today with a very affordable storm shelter from the Precast Group. Highway 145 South, 601-482-0003. The Precast Group.
Man, I'm not.
Welcome back, your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie, and as we talk with Commissioner Willie Simmons, let me ask you about this. It's slated, I've heard talk about this. North Hill Street's going to be completed one day, and this is a part of those things that it takes a while to get done.
I'm glad to hear you say one day.
One day.
that let me know you understand the process. Whether you're doing a county road or a state highway, it is, a moving part, so to speak. But that project has gotten attention from both the state and the federal. We got a raised grant from the federal government that's going to help move it. Also, the state legislature is putting money into it. And Josh and I was talking, and we think it was money put in for paving. So the legislature has done that. We are going to treat it as a project for MDOT LPA. So we're really going to make that project go as fast as we possibly can, and by doing it that way, we can expedite the movement on it. But it is a lot of moving parts. We have to think about utilities and how we move the utilities, as well as the residents and the businesses along that corridor, that we don't upset them and cause them to have to move.
Well, let me ask this, and we go, oh, this needs paving, that needs. What is really and truly the projected cost of what it will take to pave Northfield? What kind of money are we talking about?
We're talking about serious money. I think the raise grant, if I remember correctly, it was around $7 million, $8 million or something. And the legislature put another $1 million into it.
So we're looking at maybe $9 million or more. It really true. Think about that, y'all, of what it costs to pave a road. That is.
They're not just coming in on the road and fixing a little bit and then repaving it. This is going to be, and I guess this is one thing that's taking so long, this is going to be a major repair, major repave, and it's just going to take a whole lot more money and a whole lot more time.
Yeah, whenever you're dealing with a county road, we can just go lay asphalt on top of asphalt.
Right.
So we're having a good base, but whenever you get into the city, now when you come from 19 almost to, what is that?
Bounds Road?
Bounds Road, you get on past it just a little bit when you get to the four-way. That's what I call the
State Boulevard
extension right there, or State Boulevard. That's what I call the dumbest part. That's the easiest part. They can literally just come in and fill and just overlay. Now, they may have some soft spots they need to fix, but overall, you can just come in and lay. Now, once you get past that, is whenever you really get into the money, because then you got a mill, because you got curb and gutter, and then you got manholes. So you have to mill all of that down before you lay asphalt, or your asphalt to get higher than a curb and gutter, and your water system will not work. Your drainage system will not work anymore. So
let me ask this, because this has been an issue with this of pavement. Hadn't it majorly gone to where it was costing? And now it's $200-something per tonnage.
The material has gone up tremendously.
A lot.
And how does that affect what's already been set aside? I'm sure that whoever's doing it for the state is going to raise their price.
Well, we come in and we make adjustments in a way of having to put more dollars into it, because the price does go up based upon material costs and labor costs. It's been a challenge for all of us in the road building. But when we get into the city, like City Meridian, we do have to look at all those things that Josh talked about, but we have to look at the utilities and the infrastructure below the ground. So we can't just come in and put pavement on top of those bad pipes or old pipes. We replace, or have to have all that replaced. So it costs a lot of money. And time consuming. And
I think a lot of that too, I think they're wanting a 4-lane from 39 to say the 4-way stop sign, or where the laundromat right there is. I know they were wanting a 4-lane and that is a major undertaking, because somebody's got to give up land.
Right away acquisition is one. And there are some individuals who are very supportive and cooperative, and then there are others who
don't want to give up their
either don't want to give it up, or they want to get the maximum amount of money they can get out of it, because they know that you need that right away in order to make it work. So it's a challenge, but we just ask the citizen to be patient with us as we go in and build, just like you were on the interstate. We got complaints for progress.
Let me ask this, and y'all may not know this as you talked about expanding. That area from Poplar Springs Drive over to Hardee's, is there ever a snowball's chance that could become 4-lane to where, because all it takes is one person stopping and traffic's backed up for 50 minutes. And would that ever, how would you go about with those houses that close to the highway? Is that even possible? Is that, or did I just ask a question?
I can say on the county side, because I have no dog in the race, it would be.
Yeah, he don't want it, I can tell you.
Well, it would be hard. I mean, you talking about land acquisition, a lot of times you have to use the word that I hate, and that's that, taking land from somebody.
Right.
He said that was District 1. He's District 3.
Yeah, I'm 3. And I'll support whatever they want to do, but I don't, whenever you start talking about taking people's land, I'm not for that. So if everyone's not on board, then we need to go to step 2 and just resurface the road that's there, like on North Hill Street.
And you get into some situations where you begin to look for other corridors that will have a connecting,
right,
so that you can redirect traffic
Yeah, because you remember there was a
Traffic.
bypass at one time talked about bypassing North Hill Street.
Yeah, going all the way
Yeah.
out to Bailey, from Bailey all the way back to Marion, or right around in that area.
It would
it
be
was a
probably
bypass.
cheaper, wouldn't it?
Well, it would be, but then I hate bypasses because you kill small towns. You know, if you ever been down, like going to Orange Beach and Gulf Shores, when you used to have to take the 2-lane around, you hit all the small mom and pop stores, and you stopped
Right.
and talked, and they were nice and friendly. And then when you do a bypass, then you sort of
Well, you
can
have
kill a city. I mean,
Yeah.
you can kill a town by doing bypasses. So it's a give and take on bypasses, but I've never been a big fan of
We have a
it.
similar situation in Philadelphia. As you well know, Weyerhaeuser is there, and Weyerhaeuser is currently expanding, and we have all of those log trucks coming through the community. So from a safety point of view, we're trying to get it out. So there are some who want to do a bypass to go around, and others say just what Josh just said. You will kill part of the community if you do that. So we are looking at an alternative to doing that, to get into it and expand the lanes going into Weyerhaeuser to make it work.
Because that's the shortcut through Philadelphia is to go that way where
Yeah.
Weyerhaeuser is to
Yeah.
get back over to Highway 15 area.
And it's got
we
some
look at all
sharp
those
turns.
things. We doing our long range planning. We look at all of those lanes, and in some cases, communities just built so well and been so successful in building, and they did not
Anticipate.
anticipate the growth and how the traffic would be. So it becomes a challenge.
I didn't realize that about Philadelphia, and we got a lot of folks that watch from the Philadelphia area, and I'm sure that's a hot topic there going on right now.
Oh, no question.
And the 4-lane and that is being done. I mean, it is great. I have to go there to get some tractor parts a lot of times. So it's nice whenever you can get a 4-lane and ride. Yeah. And then not only that, what he's done, just coming out of Meridian, going my way north on 19 North. He resurfaced all that, new reflectors and paint and the 4-way stop sign in Collinsville. He took down the overhead lights that I don't think anybody looks up anymore because their phone is down here, not up there. So
You're
at
right.
least you see a blinking sign, now in eye level. So
I just want to.
We're doing something over the past few years that we've started roundabouts and J-turns.
I like the roundabout.
Are they working? Or do
They
people
are
just stay
working.
lost on them for hours?
They're working. We currently doing one in Philadelphia to help with the log trucks coming in on 15, but also in Marion. We're doing one with my good friend the mayor over there and the bridge situation. So those are alternatives to traffic lights. And when we create those roundabouts, it controls the traffic. Now, that's a change. So many of the drivers don't like it initially, but once they adjust to the movement of it, it is a
Are they truly
Oh, yeah.
cheaper than a red light?
well, you don't have to pay a bill.
they say they're
But the initial cost could be more, and
This cost
then
could be more, but it's a safer.
Okay.
Them and the J-turn, what we call the J-turn, and we'll put some J-turns on some of our major streets and corridors in order to adjust.
well, that's helped out in the Clarkdale.
Isn't it faster too? Isn't,
It is faster.
I think I saw Mayor Larry Gill put on something whenever they was talking about doing one in Marion that it was the study was saying it was faster, but now it has no age limit.
But they've never tested that in Lauderdale County.
Yeah, well, I go to Jackson, and I promise you, I make 3 rounds on some of them in Jackson before I say,
Before you got
"Hey,
the right line.
dang, there's my exit right there." So it gets me too. So.
I like the roundabouts. I like the J-turns, but I'm not a happy camper with the short on-ramps.
Yeah,
I don't know how much pull I got on that one, but the short on-ramps are not my favorite. But the other two I thoroughly enjoy.
Got more coming up as we'll talk more with Willie as we get ready for another election this year. Boy, this has come fast. We'll be right back.
For something as vital as your eyes, you should have your lenses and contacts made with the utmost care and precision. And that's what Grayson Optical does on 24th Avenue. Since 1996, Grayson Optical's mission has been to provide Meridian and surrounding areas with quality eye care. Forget custom-made sunglasses like Costa for your eyes only. When you need to see clearly, Grayson Optical, 2021 24th Avenue, Meridian, 601-693-6374.
If it's crossed your mind about a new tractor, visit my friends at Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 here in Collinsville. They got any style, any size that you're looking for. And right now, you can take advantage of getting a new tractor, a trailer, and a bush hog, all for $31,000, 0% interest for 84 months. Yeah, 0% for 84 months. Also, a great service department to work on any tractor that you have. From bush hogs, disc, and tillers, see it all at Freeman Tractor, Highway 494 in Collinsville. Mark your calendars for the Holiday Extravaganza Gift Show, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. October the 28th at the Lauderdale County Agri Center. From boutique items, jewelry, wooden items, T-shirts, soups and dips, home decor, stocking stuffers, gift ideas galore. Something for everyone on your Christmas wish list. That's Saturday, October the 28th from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. The Holiday Extravaganza Gift Show at the Lauderdale County Agri Center. Call Becky at 601-480-1776.
Your next Maytag or Whirlpool appliance is waiting on you at All Temp Appliance and Refrigeration on Highway 19 North. If you've been trying to locate a freezer, stop by and see their big selection of upright and chest freezers, a showroom full of stoves, gas and electric. Maybe it's a new refrigerator from large double doors to the simplest of refrigerators. Name brand washers and dryers like Speed Queen and Amana. And delivery is available with a great service department to back up what they sell. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 4, and by appointment after hours and weekends.
Don't forget, this is coming up before long. November the 4th, they're going to have the big talent show coming out to Hickory Pickin'. If you haven't been out there and all the things that will be going on, make sure to enter, come out and see all the sales that are going to be going on that's happening in Hickory, November the 4th, there at Hickory Pickin'. It's going to be a big day. There's so much to see and do.
Man, they got everything out there from the general store to, if you name it, they got it.
Well, here's a little example there. I mean, is that not sexy or what? Let's just look at
Get you one of them there.
That's exactly what I need there. Hickory Pickin'. Drop in and visit with them today, and they'll help you out there. Again, as we get this day, it's Friday, if you can believe that.
We got a congratulations in order.
Yes, we do.
West Lauderdale football, high school football team, last night beat Newton County, and they are now the District 4 4A champions. So now they've got to go on. I guess now is it the north or the south that we're in?
North.
We're in the north, so we've got to go to the North State champion, win it, and then go to the state champion and hopefully win it. And talk about going through your career in high school playing football. The senior class has a record of 36-9.
I thought you don't say they ate more rolls than somebody else.
That's exactly what I thought you were supposed to say.
282.
That's the number to be. Do you think you can get the supervisors together and go out and see if y'all can out-eat the kids?
I tell you what, we ought to do that. That would be a good challenge.
It would be.
We challenged the city of Meridian and the town of Marion to see who can eat the most rolls.
That would be good.
And you don't look like I do without eating a lot of rolls, so I can.
I don't guess you can look across counter over here at Big Boys. we can do some damage there. Yeah. Hey, we also just got a note. We want to remind everybody that paving crews have now moved to Russell Tompton Road. If you're going to be traveling that way, it's going to be a little bit of a delay this morning as you're going there. I went out and took some pictures of that yesterday at Old Homestead Road, and this would be just past Lockheed Martin. If you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, going toward Russell. Is it the shortcut from Marion to?
I think so.
When you get over there, that wasn't my area for 20 years, so I'm lost. Now, anything on this side of the county, I got you.
You got that.
I've rode a bush hog down every bit of it, so I got you. But now
I'll
over
say
there,
this
I'm
about
lost.
Josh, and a lot of you may not know this, but a lot of folks when they can't seem to locate somebody, they'll call Josh and say, "Josh, I got a little problem." Josh is always good about helping, no matter what part of the county you live in.
That's right.
If they can't reach somebody, he'll get them for you and get things taken care of. Appreciate on that.
Well, thank you. That's my job. That's what I'm here for.
And we appreciate that.
That's what I'm here for.
Willie, you want to remind everybody of what's going to happen on this? Now, you've been doing this commissioner thing for about 4 years now, and you'd like to go back in office again. You want to urge everybody to go vote?
We started a lot of things, working with Josh and, again, other board of supervisors, the leaders here in the Lauderdale, Meridian County area. We've done a lot, but we have a lot more to do. For instance, Highway 80, we have bridges here in the Lauderdale County that we have on our radar to be replaced. Over in Scott County, we have 3 bridges that need to be replaced. So we have that work on Highway 80 that must be done. But in addition to that, Highway 80 and the 11 project, we want to complete that project and invest the money in it to make sure that we widen it so that we can develop and have that industrial park developed. We're going to continue to work, but we can't do it if we're not re-elected. So we're encouraging, again, the voters to go to the poll on November 7th and look for Willie Simmons' name. Forget about the party. and think about Willie Simmons, the commissioner, who's going to work to make sure that we continue the progress that we have started and continue to collaborate. I often wonder why, when you all are able to say to me that you've done so much here in the Lauderdale County Meridian, you've done more than others, what were they not looking at that they didn't want to invest in East Mississippi? This is a prime area to invest in, especially infrastructure, because if you build it, they will come. If we put the infrastructure in place, we have good education facilities, good healthcare facilities, good industry coming in. And that's what I'm about. Served in the Senate for 26 years, so I understand the importance of investing in all parts of our state. And East Mississippi is right for it. And we got good leadership at the local level with Josh and the other members of the Board of Supervisors and the local mayors and local business leaders. They all seem to come together and say to me they want basically the same thing, and that's putting monies into the infrastructure to make it work. So during the next 4 years, we're going to continue to carry out the plan that we have in place. I'm glad to report to you this morning that when I ran in 2019, we had 18 promises that we said we wanted to accomplish. And I can report to you today that we have actually completed 16 or started 16 of those projects that we had listed. We said we was going to spend more money in the Central District, and we have done that. 88 bridges at a cost of about $205 million, 1,700 lane miles at a cost of about $440 million, and then we put $250 million in capacity projects. So we have expended right at $1 billion during the past 4 years.
That's a lot of money. And I have a question as we sit here, because I've seen some of the comments here and there and yonder. Josh, have you ever just had the urge to sell some sheetrock out of the back of your truck and say,
or some shrimp, crawfish, or something like that? Yeah.
There occasionally is it a confusion that Josh is Jeff Tate?
Yeah.
Because I guess it's because you both have a beard. Is that what it is?
I mean, and I hope he's good looking, because if they think I'm him, I hope there's a little something.
Well, you
there.
got him by about 9 inches on height.
I know. And yeah, if we stand next to each other, there is a difference. But we are both married to a Leah, so
just different.
His wife's name's Leah, mine's Leah, so both start with a J. It's easy. I mean,
looking at all three of y'all, I guess I have to go grow some hair.
I want to remind everybody about this as the weekend comes. It's always important to do things with the family, and this is one of the big things that's happening this weekend is the Fall Festival that's going to be happening at Oak Grove Baptist Church. We invite you out. They're going to have games, food, music, all of this happening Saturday. It kicks off at 4 to 6 p.m. Your next question is going to be, all right, I've heard of it. Where is it? Here's the map. Here's Sam sitting right here. And this is the road as you're going up the hill. It'd be just to the right, Azalea Drive. You got Trucker Supply here. You go up on Oak Grove Drive from there, and there sits the church. It's right there directly, basically across from Bonita Lakes, just east of Sam's. They would love to have you and your family come out and enjoy this. It's a great time for the kids. It starts at 4 o'clock this weekend. Tomorrow, as a matter of fact. Come by. Enjoy yourself.
It's the old country church in the city.
Yeah. They ought to write a song about that.
Yeah. Look at there. Go out and see them. It's going to be a great time.
All right. Anything in closing that we've left out that you want to make a point out, either one of you, of what's going on in the community that you wanted to say to get out before we close the show out?
Well, one of the things that we've done that we did not touch on, and that's passenger rail. We have actually committed monies to take a look at passenger rail and try and get what we call the 20 corridor. And that's coming out of Atlanta, Birmingham, Alabama, here Meridian, and going west over to Dallas.
Right.
So if we get that connection with the southern band, it's going to bring more folks into Meridian from a tourist point of view and spending dollars and add values. So that's on the passenger rail piece. We also are looking at our in-time multimodal program, where we're going to put more monies into rails, airports, and our public transit system. So our entire transportation system is getting more. We want to thank the legislature for giving us $1.4 billion this year. That infrastructure money came down from the federal government and the state. So thanks to them for supporting that, our fellow delegation as well as our state. And then we have a guy named Brad White, who is our CEO, and we are very fortunate to have Brad. Mm-hmm. Brad came from a background with Senator Cochran and Senator Sidney Hyde-Smith and Governor Reeves, Chief of Staff. We stole him from Governor Reeves and brought him over to the Department of Transportation. And one of the best moves we ever made to have Brad White serving in the capacity he's serving in. So we are in shape going forward to make Mississippi what it should be in the way of infrastructure, and East Mississippi is top of our list to make that work.
That's good. I wanted to mention this last night. Clark County, let me pull this up, is we did have an incident last night. We always have to thank our volunteer fire departments and all our communities as we look at this. There was a fire last night. 75% of a home was lost last night in the fire. Everybody got out, but think about those. If you live in that community, they're going to need a little helping hand there to get back on their feet. This time of year, headed toward the holidays, it's bad to have any damage in any shape, form, or way. We can't say thank you enough, you two coming in and hanging out with us today.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Let me thank Josh for his support. And he has said that over and over again, that he will be supporting me, and I can't say how much I appreciate that. It let me know that I'm doing the right thing, and I need to do more. So November 7th, Willie Simmons.
That's
All right. Thank y'all. Appreciate it. Odie, I'm going to let you tell us.
Look, I want everybody to remember.
What?
Tomorrow morning about 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
Lima Dive Team will be out at Bonita Lakes. We are training. We are not looking for nothing. We're training. So don't go into a panic looking on the Scotty Ray page, find out what's going on since all the news here and we're the news prep for everything else. But that's just training.
Okay.
But other than that, we may have something special tonight. We'll talk about it.
Oh, yeah. I heard about
to
that.
let you know some other stuff coming in. But look, we enjoy doing this every day. We wouldn't do it if we didn't care about it and we didn't care about you. Thank y'all for being here with us. Remember, we love you and Jesus does too.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.